You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife. I'm coming for Christmas. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. No, that isn't the title of some dodgy porn movie, but is in relation to this one's wife. I know we're still in the first half of September, but already I've seen some advertisements for Christmas in terms of booking events over the Christmas period. And traditionally, of course, one ought not really to see anything Christmas related this side of Halloween. It is the case that retailers start to gear up towards the end of September, the beginning of October, as they get you to start applying your mind to Christmas. I often think it's a cynical ploy that you decide, I'll get my Christmas shopping done early, so you start doing it in September, October, and then you forget what you've purchased, so you go and buy more stuff in December, thus the retailers make a pretty penny from you. Anyway, putting that to one side, what has Christmas got to do with this one's wife? Well, as you know from video earlier today, I've spoken about the fact that the Princess of Wales is cancer-free, and I also explained to you how that would make this one's wife feel. You'll know that this one's wife, to put it bluntly, won't be happy about that news, and in particular, the attention that it has garnered for the Princess of Wales, because this one's wife is envious of that attention, because she would want that attention to be her fuel. This one's wife is such that she repeatedly needs to be spoken about, and the fact that the nemesis is getting attention really gets to her. Because she has a preoccupation with the Princess of Wales and Prince William, this one's wife naturally can't help herself, because she's driven by her narcissism, to each day see what they're up to. In effect, she's her own worst enemy, because if she didn't take an interest in what they were doing, she wouldn't learn about what they were doing, and it wouldn't threaten her sense of control. But the way that her narcissism works, because the Princess of Wales has been appointed the nemesis, and Prince William is viewed as the one that got away, her narcissism drives her, as part of needing that control, to want to know what they're doing, what their appointments are, what's going on in their lives. It wouldn't necessarily be so far as this one's wife flying a drone over Kensington Palace and spying on them, but she would look at news items in relation to them. She will Google what's going on, because after all, remember, this one's wife is both petty and has plenty of time on her hands. It's not like she has a proper job. It's not like she's stocking the shelves at American Riviera Orchard because it's got nothing to sell. It's not like she's bothering with the two children. The fact is that she's got a staff to do that. What does she do all day? Rage scroll, of course, is part of it. And in relation to arguing with people on below the line comments on the New York Post, she also will be keeping an eye on what the Princess of Wales is up to. And thus the news, as I explained, that Catherine is cancer-free, will have infuriated her. The narcissistic response of the ignition of fury will have taken place. But it doesn't just end there. This one's wife needs to upstage this announcement in some way. You'll remember earlier this year, when it was announced that Catherine would make an appearance at Trooping the Colour, this one's wife hastily deployed Nacho Figueras to advertise some jam and some dog biscuits. There was no message associated with that other than, "Look at me!" And it was clumsy and cack-handed. And the majority of right-thinking people saw it for what it was, blatant attention-seeking, trying to cause the undermining of the announcement by Catherine in order to bring attention back onto this one's wife. Classic behaviour of the narcissist who can't stand for anybody else to be in the limelight. She did it again just recently. The 2-year anniversary of the death of Queen Elizabeth II, she sought to upstage with her shitty outing to Godmother's Bookshop, the shenanigans with Oprah. that was done once again in order to try and upstage, and we've seen her do this repeatedly, but she's at it again. She can't help herself. This isn't to make excuses for her, to suggest that you should feel some kind of sympathy because, hey, she just can't help herself, it's what she does, but just to explain that there is this irresistible force that drives her to behave this way, that exhibits her pettiness. More evolved narcissists won't feel a need to do this. They'll still need to get control, but they'll do it in a far more subtle way because they've got more going on in their lives. They've got bigger fish to fry. But with this one's wife as a mid-range narcissist, she does exhibit that pettiness, and she lacks the evolved skills of superior narcissists to handle it in a much more subtle and discreet fashion. For her, it's the rudimentary upstaging each and every time. If something's going on with the royals, she has to do something to try and bring attention back onto her. And with this, it's the announcement that she might be coming to the United Kingdom for Christmas. According to The Express and Lauren Welch and Nathan Kay, this one's wife could be set to spend Christmas with Prince Harry and their children in the United Kingdom this year. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have reportedly received an invite to spend the festive period with Charles Spencer at Althorpe. Now, let us assume that is correct. Okay? Have you been invited to your brother's 40th birthday? You have. Do you feel the need to tell the world that that's what's taken place? No, you don't. Have you been invited to a friend's wedding, a lifelong friend of yours? You have. Jolly good. I'm sure you'll have a lovely day and you'll look most elegant in your suit, in your dress, whatever it is you choose to wear. Do you feel the need to ensure that the world knows that you've been invited to your lifelong friend's wedding? You don't. But this one's wife, of course, needs the world to know that there's been an invitation because, one, she wants people to see that she's special and has got an invitation for somewhere to go at Christmas because somebody wants to spend time with her. But moreover, she needs to ensure that this is announced as a way to try and counter the publicity and the praise and the support and the delight that has been flowing towards the Princess of Wales. According to The Express, if the couple do accept the invitation, it'll be the first time that this one's wife has properly set foot in the UK since the late Queen's funeral in 2022. It's stated that Harry and this one's wife have not yet received an invitation to join the royal family at their annual Sandringham gathering, and after all, why would you invite the gruesome twosome? They'd only spoil it. And it's not thought they would accept even if one was extended, which of course is this one's wife's narcissism rejecting it because her narcissism sees that the royal family are painted black and that they would be hostile. Therefore, she seeks to nullify that threat to control by staying in a position of withdrawal. But it would appear that Charles Spencer has invited Harry, this one's wife, and the children to Althorpe this Christmas. It's far too early to say whether they'll take him up on it, but the offer is there if they want it. There hasn't been an invitation extended to Sandringham just yet, but that doesn't mean there won't be one forthcoming. It would be highly unlikely if there was an invitation extended to Sandringham, and I don't think the Sussexes would take them up on it anyway, states a source. Harry and this one's wife have been notably absent from the royal family's Christmas gathering at Sandringham since 2018, which of course is their own choice as a result of their behaviours. It was reported that Harry visited Althorpe the Spencer ancestral home and resting place of his late mother, during his trip to the United Kingdom last week. The Duke, who is set to celebrate his 40th birthday next week, attended Lord Robert Fellowes' memorial service in Norfolk on August the 28th. Prince Harry made a surprise appearance at the service in Snettisham, Norfolk, and is reported to have stayed at the Althorpe estate in Northamptonshire. Thus, the PR machine for this one's wife needs to try and upstage the fact that the Princess of Wales is cancer-free, and in typical narcissistic fashion, organises for the fact that she's got an invitation to go to Charles Spencer's gaff for Christmas to release it. Note the silence in terms of wishing Catherine well, but rather making it all about her by saying, "Look at me, I've got an invitation to go to Charles Spencer's house at Christmas. See, I am popular. Talk about me instead." That's how it works with the narcissist that is this one's wife. Thus, that is her attempt to deflect attention back onto her and to nullify the threat to control posed by the outpouring of delight in relation to the news that Catherine is cancer-free. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.